Hey guys, Chauncey Phillips here with a brand new DVD Blu-ray Tuesday shopping video today. Today I'm going to go out and try and go to a couple different spots today, see if I can find a couple different thrift stores or new thrift stores. So there's also one thing specifically I want to try and get today. I feel like Walmart's going to be the one place that has it, but also sometimes they don't have it at all, so I may have to get it on Amazon. It's just one specific movie that seemed kind of interesting. Also want to let you guys know that now out on DVD, you can get these through David Sterling. I'm going to put his link below. The new Camp Blood films, Camp Blood 4 and Camp Blood 5, and these cool cases. These are, discs that you can only get from him. And I have like fun little cameos in these movies, and they're really cool slasher films, in the total throwback kind of slasher films. And they're also in the Camp Blood series. Like I said, you can only get these from him. So check out the link below if you guys are interested in these films. So anyway though, guys, let's get going and see what we can find today. Into Target we go. Yeah, the main thing that came out today, pretty much all I see is Creed. They have, the exclusive steelbook in here. But, one thing I thought that came out was The Room, but I didn't see that in the section at all anywhere. I'll have to see if they have that at, at Walmart or Best Buy or anything and see. But, I don't know, I feel like it might have had a date change, but I'm not 100% sure. But I'm probably going to have it in one of those places. Into Costco we go. Well, we'll see if there's anything else in here. And, these ones, I don't know when these are ever going to come out on Blu-ray. I keep feeling like these ones at some point have got to, they're only out on, full screen DVD. I can't believe these are still not even out on a widescreen edition of these. And, this one doesn't even have Honey, I Shrunk the Kid. This is like a weird set with Honey, I Shrunk Ourselves and Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. And they're also in the wrong order. It's very weird that they put this one, which came after this one, in the order. I don't know. These are very weird ones. Same with these. Like, you don't ever really hear about these movies anymore. These are kind of strange ones in here. And like I was talking about in the last video about the slip covers and stuff, it's always weird when these places kind of stop having the slip covers of some of these things. And someone was saying that when I was talking about it at Barnes & Noble that they probably take them and put them on at the end, but I think I remember asking them in there, and they're like, oh no, we don't have them. And they did not seem to know where they were. But looks like a lot of the same stuff in here. Every so often though they change it out in here. And then it's always weird how in Costco they have certain titles like with like Disney ones in this where they take the them out of the slip covers and you have to go and actually get them in the front. That reminds me always of going to when they used to do this at Toys R Us. They used to always have those slips of paper you had to get, and then you have to give it to them in the front of the store, and they would go in the back and get it. This is a weird one to see. Jack Goes Boating. That was a pretty decent Philip Seymour Hoffman movie, but that's kind of a weird one to see somewhere. I haven't seen that really anywhere in a long time. But like I said, it seems to be a lot of the same old stuff in here. Like I said, every so often they change it out a little bit, but for a while it's the same. But like, see, it's weird. Like I said, you have to go and get that Disney one in the front, take the slipcover, but yet this one you don't. And yet, like, that's the only one where you actually have to go to the front and get it. The other Disneys are here, but the slipcovers are gone. It's very, see, like, why in the world with these ones you have to go and get them, but then the other ones you don't? Like, who knows? It doesn't seem like it makes any sense for how it works, but I guess, like I said, you don't need to ask questions. That's just how it is. Well, here it is what I came in here for. More of the PB2. Gotta stock up. There's not a lot left. I already have like 5 at home still. Buy another 4 because they're, as you can see, they're getting rid of this. And like I said, I keep on having to get this because it's only $5. Everywhere else, it's $5 for the tiny, small container of this. So when you can get it, you gotta like hoard up on this stuff like crazy. Hoarding up on the PB2, which I pretty much eat every single day of my entire life. So when I can get it and have it, I've got to get it. And like I said, this is probably gonna be the last time I get to get this, so I'm gonna have to get the rest of this online to try and get the $5 price, because that's the cheapest one, so I don't know. But let's see where we go next. Into the Goodwill I go. One thing I wanted to say someone was telling me was with Goodwill is that they scan all the movies that come in, and if the movie ends up having like a high value, they end up putting it up on Amazon or eBay and selling it that way, and that's why like you don't find them in the store a lot. And it's kind of true. I feel like I haven't seen a lot of really, really valuable stuff, at least not that often in Goodwills. Let me know if you guys have heard that as well, if that was a weird rumor or what. But somebody in here was like getting rid of all their 24s and CSI. They're like, what, I've had enough of 24 and CSI, so they're like getting rid of a ton of them in here. Like, had enough of them. But like I said out front, I don't know if that's true about them scanning these, and then if there's like things that you see, that come up really valuable, they don't end up having them in here. I don't know. This is a weird Leslie Nielsen movie. I think it's the Spanish version of it. I don't know what this movie was. I think maybe this might be Spy Hard. I don't know what this one was. But like I said, I never really see too many super valuable ones in here. I guess that could kind of explain what they do is if they scan them ahead of time, and if they are really valuable, they don't end up putting them in here. But I don't know if that's true, like I said, but it sort of seems like it could be. Into the quality resale store we go. I've never been in this place. I found this is a new one. They've got a whole bunch of different movies in here. I've never been to this location, so I'll have to look through all this. Already, this is like an audio cassette of Pinocchio. That's not a DVD. You always see that, like, DVDs end up getting put in there with it. But we'll look through here and see if there's anything different. And it looks like everything is like $2.99 each or 4 for $10. Like I said, it's always kind of cool to find new, like, thrift stores and stuff like that I haven't been to, you know, just to see if they have anything different, because you never know. Sometimes there can be something out of print in here. That's what that's what I'm always looking for, is the out of print different stuff in here. And this one, I always liked this kind of movie, this Decoys. It was kind of like a Species knockoff, but for some reason I always thought those were kind of cool movies. I don't know why. I haven't watched them in a long time. I do not know what this one is. Marcus. Some weird horror movie. Warner Brothers put this out. I don't know. 2007. I do not know anything about this one. Marcus. And I heard someone just drop something in here. Funky Monkey. Like a lot of these strange, you know, monkey movies, and they have it in a blockbuster case in here. What this one is. Tijuana, something. Oh yeah, they have this Dennis the Menace movie, and I was thinking about Dennis the Menace. There was this Dennis the Menace movie, I don't know if you guys ever remember, with Dennis the Menace from the 80s. There was like a movie before the one in the 90s that I always loved as a kid, but there was one when they had these dinosaurs in the backyard. I don't think it ever came to DVD or VHS or anything. I think it was like filmed for TV. It was a weird Dennis the Menace movie with him with all these dinosaurs in the backyard. And I hardly remember it, but I always remembered as a kid, like, getting confused and thinking, where's that Dennis the Menace with the dinosaurs? This is a strange case in here for this thing, like the Zone. It was like G-Force inside. It's like some strange video rental place. And then this one, I always forgot about that they made a Firestarter 2. You know, like, this is what I feel like everyone forgot they made this weird direct-to-video sequel to Firestarter. But look this one up and see if it has any value. But I totally forgot they did that one. And they have this thing in here. It's one of those kind of bad taste things that people don't really like anymore. Bum hunts. These things. They used to do a lot of these weird, like, kind of mean-spirited things, like those bum fights ones. And this was like the knockoff one. But like, you don't see them like that. That's kind of valuable. But I think I might have bought that years ago. And like I said, they're really bad taste things. You don't really want to own those. They're really, like, most places they don't even want to sell them. It's kind of like those Steve-O ones when he was doing all those drugs. He doesn't even like want people to get those anymore. When he was like doing PCP and all that. This is a weird one, the Hardbodies Collection. I think this might have been like a valuable one at one point, but I think this is coming out from Mill Creek though. This is a really weird one to see in here. I looked it up, it doesn't have any value, but If These Walls Could Talk Too. This is actually a really pretty good movie. I never actually saw the first of these movies, but the second one I really liked. But like I said, it's only worth like $1, but that's a really weird one to see. But I looked up this Hardbodies. Like I said, it's coming the first one to Blu-ray, but the second one isn't, and it sells for $54, you know, sealed. So I'm like, I might as well get this, because like I said, the first one's coming out, but not the sequel. And I remember these really were really rare for a while. Like I said, but the first one's coming out, but not the second, so I'll get it for that one. Into the AL thrift store we go. Well, I don't see any movies, but they have some strange, like, CDs over here, like Caitlin Lynn Barr, and they're playing, like, the sounds of, like, I don't have to worry about copyright music in here. They're, like, playing the waves in here, like the sounds of the waves and everything. But it doesn't look like there's anything in here. There is this. Oh, now this is peculiar. I always think of this. Tiddlywinks. They actually have a Tiddlywinks game. It was actually from 2010. So if anybody wants to play Tiddlywinks, you can come in here and buy this Tiddlywinks thing and listen to the sound of the waves and get this storybook thing. I don't know. Yeah, and it says DVDs on the short wall behind the cash register. So there is some DVDs in here in the short wall behind the cash register. Let's see what that short wall is. And someone got rid of their horse riding trophies in here. Yeah, so if you want to come in here pretend like you want a horse riding, or like this is like marching band or something. If you want to pretend like you rent marching band riding or horse riding, you can come in and get these trophies. Let's see if we can find that short wall where those movies are. Well, here's the short wall right back here. Some kind of like this Rush Hour, Dick Tracy, a random disc of King of the Hill. So if you just want this random disc, and some weird fantasy movies. I don't know what this is. Yeah, but here's the short wall. And right by the thrift store, I discovered like the biggest Dollar Tree I've ever seen in my entire life. I've never seen one. It goes all the way down to there, all the way from here to here of Dollar Tree. And sometimes they have dollar movies in there. I'll have to see. And I did end up getting in the other store was in a minute ago, the Hardbodies. If you guys are wondering, I did get that one with Hardbodies 1 and 2, which is good for the second movie. And it was sealed, so it's like I said, it's like $54. And they have one of these recorders in here. Like, I always remember this in school, like the 4th or 5th grade, they would always play this. And you'd always play Hot Cross Buns, Hot Cross Buns. I was like buying that just to play it in the car. Maybe I'll buy it for $1 and I'll play you Hot Cross Buns if I can in the car. I don't know how you play Hot Cross Buns, but into FYE we go. Well, there's no music on in here, so I can actually show it well, but like I always say, I go in here, look at the top, and see if there's anything different, but they don't change it out too often anymore like they used to. Like I said, there was one time when I went in here and found all these great things that somebody like obviously sold like their whole horror collection and like got rid of everything, and I found some really, really decent stuff, but like it hasn't changed that in a while. But it seems like though for Arrow titles, if you guys want to pick up Arrow titles in store, they always have them for $19.99 in here. But they have this super old edition for Orion, like this really early image release of Silence of the Lambs. It's like a super early one. I think this came out in like I don't see what date it was, but I know this is one of the ones when DVDs were brand new, one of the early ones in these paper snapper cases. Into Walmart we go. Yeah, like I was saying, the main things that came out today was Creed, which I haven't seen this one. I definitely will have to check this one out at some point. And then they have like a double pack of the night before, but this is the end in the interview. But I don't think they have it like that with the Blu-ray. This one came out today too, this Drew Barrymore one with Toni Collette. Let me know if this one is worth watching or not. I have not heard a whole lot about this. And then Jared Cohen's movie came out today. I've been in his new one called The Valley Drowner. This is his movie God's Club. That came out today with I think Stephen Baldwin in that. But it's strange, like I said, I don't see that movie The Room in here today. Like, I don't know if, you know, The Room, the new one with Brie Larson, I don't know if that one, like, they changed the date or maybe not as many places are going to have it. This one's one that came out today, which I definitely am going to have to pick this up at some point, Legend. I heard some really mixed things with the reviews, and this is one of those movies that was actually going to be coming to theaters and having, like, a wide release, and then something ended up happening, and they ended up, like, only putting it in a couple theaters, and I don't know what happened with that. And I know everything falls when I do it with one hand, and I have to fix it. Everyone gets really nervous. Believe me, they'll be fixed. And also, this one came out today from Shot Factory Narcopolis. This was actually a pretty cool one, and I believe this is today as well. Shockwave: The Dark Side. Well, I was wrong. They do over here have The Room, but they only have the DVD of it. This is one I definitely am going to pick up at some point. I really do want to see this one. But the other one that I wanted today was this one called this Ashley Benson movie, which I don't know if they're gonna have it because I don't see a lot of stuff isn't put out. Yeah, see, it was Rattle, is that's how you say it, but they don't have it out. I guess they didn't put it out. Maybe it's still in these boxes in here, so I can find it out of here. I have to dig through it because like this one came out today too, Zombies, which is kind of interesting, like killer things. But maybe in here I can find this one in here because they didn't put it out or something. But I don't know if I can dig through this and find it or not, or I can ask the guy, but because they have the spot, but I think they're all still in the boxes, so I'm gonna have to ask him. Well, they weren't able to find that one that I wanted, that Ashley Benson movie. You know, I'm sure it's not that great. It's kind of like a movie like, I think like that Open Windows movie with Elijah Wood. I think that's kind of what it's like, but I sort of wanted to see it. Might see if I can find another Walmart that could have it, but we'll see. Into Best Buy we go. And looking at online, it looks like they have that one thing in here. It may be like $2 more. I might be able to price match it, but when you look at Best Buy's, Walmart's price online for that movie, it says $23.99. You know, in store, it was $12.99. Of course, they didn't have, and the guy didn't put it out, and he didn't really want to dig through the boxes. He was sort of digging in, and then he's like, I don't know. So I just was like, okay. So I'll see if I can price match it in here. Well, they do have it in here at $17.99. I'll have to try and at least get them to price match this to, the Amazon price, which is $14.99. I'll see if I can get them to do that. But like I said, it's probably not that great, but I really just wanted to see this for some reason. It kind of looks like Open Windows, that kind of movie. The other thing today was Intruders, which was actually really cool. And this one from Scream Factory, The Boy. Really, really love this movie with Rainn Wilson and David Morse. I always think of from the Langoliers movie. But this is a really, really, really cool movie. Really love this one. Definitely check this one out. And this one, I definitely am going to be picking up soon. Don Verdon, I believe that's how you say that. It's Napoleon Dynamite Guy's director's new movie, which I definitely want to see this at some point. Don Verdon looks like a pretty interesting one. And nothing else major, I think, today. The Iron Sheik documentary came out, which is a pretty cool one if you guys are interested in the Iron Sheik. But those are the main things. Like I said too, The Room, which is another one I'm definitely going to be picking up. There's a lot of things this week, but I know this one's going to be cheaper down the line, but I definitely am going to get this one. Really do want to watch this one. I know it's kind of like a sad movie too though, but I definitely do want to see that. I actually think The Danish Girl was today as well, which is another one, was a really, really good movie, and she won for this one. I'm pretty sure she won for this one. But those were the main things today. Well, I was able to actually price match it to the price in the store. They actually called the store. I think they called the same guy that didn't want to, take it out of the box or find it in there. So I'm sure the guy's like, that guy doesn't give up. But I ended up getting it for $12.96. Like I said, this one I just wanted to watch. I feel like it might not be amazing or anything, but I always like those kind of movies that all like take place inside of a computer and like all with like the kind of camera. I don't know. Always to me they're kind of cool, and the trailer actually looked kind of interesting for it. So that's all for this DVD Blu-ray shopping video. Like I said, I got this. Also got the Hardbodies movie at the Hardbodies 1 and 2, mainly for the second one. Anyway though, guys, like I always say, if you guys enjoy these videos, definitely give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys later. And also, and be definitely on the lookout for my DVD Blu-ray update up, this weekend on Saturday. Okay, bye.